This is Gigi from Gigi Life 101, and today I want to do my April setup. So I have all my stuff over here that I am going to set up with, and all of this is from my April Ko-fi membership. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to use this to set up my month of April. All right, so these are all the dashboards. So, well, these aren't all of them. I think you get like 18 dashboards. There's 3 blank ones. So some of these are for my wallet, and some of these are for my high priority binder. And if I didn't say it, welcome and welcome back. Yes, I have been very busy working in my garden the last week or so. I am very tired. I have been waking up around 2 or 3 in the morning and not being able to go back to sleep, and then working hard in the garden. And today it's actually raining off and on. So I feel like this is a signal to take a break and film some videos and just take a relaxing day. I'm making a big pot of like 15 bean soup for today, which is kind of crazy because it's, you know, colder weather. It's not really super cold out there, but a little bit colder, probably in the 60s. It's been in the upper 80s for the past 2 weeks, I feel like. So it's a nice little break. All right, so let's swap out all my dashboards. So this is my wallet. I'm actually gonna put this in here first. So this comes with your monthly membership. And this is your monthly saving goal card. So I am going to put on here, I've got a lot of things happening in April, which you'll see when I do my intentions video. But I think I'm going to be conservative and say $350 for this month. Last month it was $500, and I saved $661, I think. So I am going to put this in here where I can see it every time I open up my wallet. And all right, hopefully you can see all this. All right, so that is how my wallet's going to be set up for that. All right, so let's swap all these out. Now, I have not been utilizing the giving wallet. I was for a while, and then I stopped, and I was going to church, and then I stopped, and I'm not going to church right now. And I was praying about like my tithe and offerings. Who could I give money to? And I got a really good idea off of some of these envelopes need to be replaced. Off of, it was a frugal, it was like a frugal, like meal planning, shopping kind of channel. And she was making meals for her local pantry. And what she would do is she would get like a 1-gallon Ziploc bag, and then she would put like, you know, like a box something in there and a can something in there, and but it was a recipe. It was a whole entire recipe, and she has the recipes on her website. And then she would just take the whole, like she did like 40, I think she did 5 different meals. She did 40 bags, and then that's what she takes to her pantry, her local pantry. So I'm going to see if my local pantry will accept something like that, if they can use something like that. And I'm thinking that's where I want to give my money, put my money, my giving money to. I think that would be fun. And so I'm just putting all of these in here for my wallet. So I have giving, eating out coffee, groceries, gas, kids, pets, self-care. Actually, I've been a mess kind of this month. Where is my self-care dashboard? All right, confession time. So you saw my end of month video. I used my mini Mondays, my tiny Tuesdays, and my G-Bucks I put those in my emergency savings. And I said that I was going to put $196 in my emergency savings. I did not. I ended up using that for my garden. And I think I'm going to have to dip into some other money to put it into my garden. So I had $100 in my self-care, and I had went to Costco to get a bunch of things, and I was going to use one of my credit cards, and I'm trying to build dollars and points on it, and they didn't take that kind of credit card. And I'm at the register, and I didn't have any grocery money left. So I pulled it out of my self-care, and so my $100 self-care is gone. My $193 for my emergency savings is gone. And I need to, I didn't do a car maintenance one. Let me fix that. And I need to still get a bunch more stuff for my garden. And here's the thing. It is very time sensitive, right? Like, I don't know. It just all crept up on me. I think part of it was being sick too, but it just all crept up on me. And I was thinking I had like 6 weeks till my, my seedlings were done. And turns out that I went and bought plants. I didn't wait for my seedlings because I was impatient. And now all of a sudden, I've got all this stuff I have to get right now. This is sealed, so I'm going to have to fix that one so I can get it in there. And this has become a huge expense that I was not anticipating having to do all at once. And totally, honestly, not thinking it all the way through. I had a plan. I wrote out a plan. I wrote out an order, everything I wanted to do. I saved all this stuff in my Amazon cart and planned out when I was going to buy it. And nothing. I didn't do anything, really, according to that plan. This one's sealed too. What the heck? Okay. So these ones I can't put in here right now. Wait. What was the one I want? Oh, car maintenance. Okay, so that's it for my wallet. So I think that after I get past Birthday Palooza month, which is May, I am going to have to set up a sinking fund for my garden for next year and have it all saved. Anticipate what I need and have it all saved by the end of December, because this is crazy. So here's what happened. Okay. I had 17 milk crates that my daughter's been saving from work. Her boss was like, take them. So over time, she's been saving them, and we ended up having 17 milk crates. So I was going to do a square foot garden. So one bag of soil at Walmart, the kind I got, it's an Expert brand, was $3.97. So I bought 4 of those, right? And it turns out you can do 2 bags, pretty much 2 bags for one bag for every 1 foot milk crate. But we were still like a little bit short. So I had a huge bag of pine shavings from when we had chickens left over. So we decided to layer that in there, which made the soil go a little bit further. And then, yeah, we ran out of soil. So then yesterday I went to Walmart to get the same soil, which I had gotten 3 of those, the 4. I gotten 3 of them this weekend. They are completely out now. Like there was a huge run on it over the weekend, completely out. So I found the same brand, but it was a slightly different kind of, it was in a yellow package. The first one was in a green package, and this one was $6.57 or something like that. So where did my utilities go? I just had my utility. Oh, what am I doing? This is what happens when you try and talk and do things at the same time. So I ended up having to get the one that was more expensive. So then I had to get 6 more bags of that. Well then, because I wanted to have some bigger beds in the garden, and I've toyed around with different kinds of galvanized beds. I've toyed around with, in my mind, with cinder blocks, making beds out of cinder blocks, all kinds of things, right? And then with Amazon big spring sale, something came across my feed or in my email, I don't know, that was 4 by 2 by 1 steel galvanized bed for $25, which is the cheapest I have seen them at all. So I jumped on that and I got 4. So those came in like 50 billion parts, and John, my daughter's boyfriend, he put them together yesterday for me. We all worked in the garden all day yesterday. He put those together for me. Well, now that's 8 cubic feet per bed. I now need 32 cubic feet of soil, and I am not going to buy 32 cubic feet of soil at 6 something. Let's see, 32 times, let's say it was like $6.50. I don't remember exactly what it was, 6 something. That's $208 for dirt. So I'm like, okay, I saw something on my community feed about getting free soil from somewhere, right? So I went and looked up. So I can get up to 2,000 pounds, which is a ton, I believe, of compost soil that the landfill does with, it's good stuff. It's not just from garbage, right? It's all the good stuff. I can get it for $20. So I only need 32 and for those beds, but I'm gonna get some extra because I'm planting a raspberry bush, a blackberry bush, a loganberry bush, and then I'm also going to put wisteria at the front of the garden to grow up. So I'll need more to fill in those holes. So I'll probably just get like 40 cubic feet just to be sure. So then I was like, okay, how am I going to transport it from the dump to my house? Well, John has a pickup truck, so find out if he is open to putting all that dirt in his pickup truck, and he is. And then I'm like, okay, how am I going to get that from there to the garden? Because you can't just pull up. So he's going to ask a friend if he can borrow a wheelbarrow. So I think we're going to be good that way. I wish I would have thought of the free route before I spent all this money on all this other soil. It's just ridiculous. All right. So I got some of my plants planted yesterday. So that was good. The ones that I had bought. All right. So the membership comes with the dashboards. It comes with the gold card. It comes with these money plan inserts. This money plan is based off the 1322 money plan blueprint. It's 8 by 11. So you can either put it in its own binder, or what I did when I went to print it is I just downsized it and then I cut it for my planner. So you can do it however you need for that. So let's see, April. So I am just going to put this in the front right here for April. And then I sticky taped, two-sided sticky tape, so I can make them back to back. I couldn't print it double because it prints it. Does it print it in the middle? I felt like it printed it towards the upper corner, but maybe it did print it in the middle. I don't know, maybe I'll have to try a page and see, because that would certainly be a lot easier. So it comes with 1 page of everything, and then you just make copies for however you need. Like I need 3 money plan pages because I've got my monthly, my military retirement, and my Social Security. So I have 3 money plans, 2 cash plannings. And then I made extra expense trackers, and I made extra savings trackers, but then I was like, wait, I don't need all that for the savings. I don't really keep track of stuff that way. So I have 3. I've made 2 extra copies of the expense tracker, and then my savings tracker, and then my end of the month reserves, which is my 100 envelope challenge, and then my enjoyment and legacy is all my savings challenges and my sinking funds. So what you do not get with the membership, I've not been tracking stuff in here really. What you don't get are the ones in purple. So the intentional living page is not in there. The reserves is not in there. And the enjoyment and legacy is not in there. They're not in the membership bundle, so they aren't themed. So this is April's theme for spring, right? So these are not themed, but you will get them. You can get them for free with the Legacy Money Plan Blueprint and the worksheets if you want to keep track of those. So that's my planner. Okay, so far we've done the monthly goal card, the dashboards, and the planner. Okay, and then we did my wallet and my high priority binder. Now let's do my Mini Mondays and Tiny Tuesdays. So Mini Mondays, I have these 3. This is the bunny hop. And so you can determine with the icon, how much you want each icon to be. And so then what the total is, there's 12 there. And then there's this one for all my peeps. And each yellow one is $1. Each pink one's $2. And each blue one is $3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've not figured out how much all this is yet. So 8 plus 16 plus 21. So this would be $45 when you finish this one. And then the last one is April showers, and this one is $48 when you save everything. It's 1 through 4, so you just roll a D4 dice if you want, and then I just have the umbrella as a 5. Okay, so that's the April challenges. I need to fill it up with a few other things. And then Tiny Tuesdays, I have my tinies. So you can make these however many you want. I usually do $1. So we've got the tulips, 4 tulips, 4 flowers, 4 frogs, 4 ducks, 6 butterflies, and 6 snails. And then, so these will be my Tiny Tuesdays. And I was like, man, I have so many challenges from other people, but I kind of want to, keep my stuff in the rotation of things so that I can promote it more. So I'm thinking now, and I've seen other people do this, and now I know why it makes sense to me. I think on Fridays, I am going to go to Friend Friday or Fridays with Friends. And then that way I can promote other people in their challenges and stuff and support other creators. All right. So then those are the mini and the tiny challenges that are included in the membership. And then I have some things that I'm going to put in this book. I still need to change the cover. Here we are going into the 4th month of the year, and I still haven't changed the cover yet. Okay, so this one, so all these are included in the membership. So this is a spring coloring challenge. And so you can decide what colors you want to use to color this with, and then you can designate the colors, what amount they're going to be. And so, you know, let's say you're going to do, let's say one's yellow. So you're going to do all your yellows. I mean, you can do all your colors, each color in one session and save that way. Or, you know, you could kind of break it up in 4 blocks, 6 blocks, 8 blocks and color different things and add it up that way. Or you can do a timer, like I'm just going to color for 5 minutes and see what I get done, how creative I feel like I want to be or whatever, right? And then at the bottom, I put some spicy ones in here, but you can change those if they're too spicy for you. You can change any of those. Put that in here. So that's just a spring coloring savings challenge. And then we've got our membership monthly savings goal. As we get members, this will continuously change. So I'm going to include, it'll be a themed version. I'll change the theme, but basically it'll be the same card. I'll include one of these in every month because these are going to change based on how many members we have. So we've got a monthly member goal and we've got a monthly yearly goal. And I think it'll be a lot of fun as a community to see how much we can save a month, see how much we can save in a year. Okay. And then the last one is our April group play. And this one will save you $148 if you do the whole thing. But I have the clouds is 5, the raindrops is 4, and the tulips is 3. And if you need it to be lower numbers, you can you can just change the numbers. If you want it to be higher, you can make it higher. So that's the group play. And that is everything that is in my April membership. And that's how I set everything up for April. So now I am ready to go for April. So I think that's it. And my next video is I'm going to be doing my monthly plan and my intentions for April. I'll put the link below for my Ko-fi membership. And I will see you on the next video. Love, Lavender, Gigi, and Coco.